What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NFL mailbag question, and the question pertains to Sean Payton. And the question is, should the Denver Broncos make Sean Payton their next head coach? Let's talk about it. Let's answer it. So, before we get into Sean Payton going to Denver, and if that's possible, or if it's likely, let's talk about who he would be replacing. And that's Nathaniel Hackett, first-year head coach from Green Bay last year. And to be honest, he's been on a hot seat since like week 2, week 3. Early on, people knew people say he couldn't be a head coach the way he was time management, situational football, stuff like that. And then as well as the weeks going on, is what week 12 going on to week 12 now. Um, the team isn't doing good. You trade for Russ, gave Russ a big contract. He's struggling. You have weapons, and they're not working out. The defense is pretty solid, but the team still isn't winning, and still uh, he looks bad as a coach. Still time management issues, still just bad play calling. When we make a big move with new ownership, like trading for Russ was a big move, and getting new ownership and stuff like that, you got to perform right away. And it's not quite working out. He also gave up play calling rights this week to Clint Kubiak. Didn't look too much better. So he's exhausting every avenue to help save his job, to help right this team, and I don't think it's gonna work. It's not working yet. Obviously, they lost to the Raiders yesterday in overtime, and I just think it's gonna be a new head coaching opportunity available in Denver after this season. I think he'll finish the year out, you know, but this definitely was a tough first go around for Nathaniel Hackett. Now let's get into Sean Payton. I don't like Sean Payton going to Denver. It makes sense if you think about it. If you look about how the team looks, and I need a head coach just to fix it. Okay, on the surface it looks like it fits perfectly, but there's a few reasons why he will not be the Denver Broncos head coach, or is highly unlikely. Unlikely. Excuse, I can't even talk right now. It's crazy, but let's talk about it. And I think it's because, and if you watch Colin Cowherd, which I don't, but I do tune in for Sean Payton because I have a prediction going on. I did a few months back of Sean Payton going to the Chargers, and I like this. And Sean Payton's a smart guy. I like hearing him talk. I like to see what he says week to week. And he goes on Colin Cowherd once a week, I believe, twice a week, something like that. And I do watch clips. And he's spoken very highly of the Chargers, but he's also said and won a new organization. Because he said he'll coach eventually. Just it's a matter of when, not if. But he says he wants a good GM with a solid front office that's on the same page for the team in the future. With the Broncos having a new GM, the Broncos having new ownership, I just don't think it's going to work out. I think he wants an owner that's, one, been around for a while, knows what they're doing. New ownership, kind of, tricky. Let them get their footing first before you go there. It's not the best situation for me, honestly. If I'm looking at for Sean Payton want control of the roster, control of the player, control of the roster, pick and choose who he wants. I don't know if the new management and ownership will let that happen from the Denver Broncos perspective. They're trying to solidify themselves in Denver, and not, get a new head coach who's going to do all the work for them. They might want to do it themselves. We're not quite sure. So I just think the newness, the whole entire newness of the Broncos ownership right now might be a turnoff for Sean Payton. Another reason is the compensation. You do know, if you don't, if you didn't know, now you do, that Sean Payton has to be traded for unless you wait until 2025 season. So unless you're going to wait 2 more years, keep Hackett or have a buffer coach for 2 years and let Russell keep getting old, and Jerry Judy and these guys getting older and stuff like that, and injuries going to continue to happen. You never know what you have in 2 years. Unless you wait to get Sean Payton for the free, Sean Payton will cost you some draft picks. That's a guarantee. The Saints will not let him go for the free. I'm sure that they won't. You look back to the John Gruden going to the Raiders coaching. back at the trade back in '02, the Bucks traded the Bucks got John Gruden from the Raiders for 2 firsts and 2 seconds. And back then, John Gruden was hot as fish grease. Sean Payton's name will be in the same realm, if not even hotter. So I would expect something similar. 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a first 3 seconds, something. I think there will be a similar exchange between whoever gets Sean Payton. And I think the Broncos just don't have it. They traded for Russell Wilson. They gave away a lot of their stash there. They don't have enough to get Sean Payton. So that's just really out the mark there. And I think there are better options. You have the Arizona Cardinals who have those picks available to trade for him. You have the Chargers who were my prediction video I did a couple months back. I like that move a lot. Uh, I love that move, and he spoke highly of Justin Herbert, but I don't know if he'll go there because for one, the ownership and the GM for the Chargers are very, very particular, and they move very weird. I don't know if Payton would go there and deal with that ownership. That's the only problem there. And also, Staley might get a pass because the injuries the Chargers had all year long. Keenan Allen been out most of the year. Mike Williams missed time. O line's been banged up. D line's been banged up. So I don't know if they let go Staley this year. You have the Cardinals, like I mentioned earlier. You have the Bucks, maybe the Bucks. You have the Saints, maybe. So let's see. He could return back to the Saints. They get a better quarterback, a new quarterback. A few more teams out there as well that could be options. The Cowboys, that's doubtful though. Raiders maybe. So, there are other options that are better than Denver, in my personal opinion. So, for all those reasons, long form answer, I say no. I don't think he goes to Denver. I really don't think so. Um, Especially, and even if he did have interest, and even if ownership and GM told him, "Yay, yes, you can go ahead and do what you want if we give you the job and trade for you," they just can't trade for him. I don't think they have enough compensation. They really don't. The Saints would probably want, like I said, if Gruden went for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, hot as fish grease, Payton's not too far off. He is older, than Gruden was. But I think Payton is regarded more of a savant on offense than Gruden ever was, and it was close. So if you want to go a little less, or go a little more, I still think it's in the same ballpark. And the Broncos can't pay 2 firsts or 2 seconds, and 2 seconds, along with 2 firsts to get Sean Payton. So, um, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, honestly. I don't know who they will go with. I have no options, but I know Sean Payton probably won't be on that list. Sounds good on surface, look good on the surface, but when you dig into it a little bit more, I just don't think Sean goes to Denver. But I do believe there will be a new head coach next season because Hackett looks bad. He looks bad. His staff looks bad, and they had the roster talent just not working out. So much love to both of them, Peyton and Hackett. He might keep his job with a late season spurt. You never know, but it's doubtful. And to me, it's very doubtful Sean Payton goes to the Denver Broncos next season. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.